All right, welcome back to another edition of Nasty on Sports. And today I'm going to be breaking down every best bet that I have for every game on the NFL wildcard weekend slate. I'm going to be going in order, obviously, starting with the Rams Panthers game, all the way down to the Monday night game at 8 o'clock with the Texans and Steelers. All of these odds are from DraftKings Sportsbook. They are not a sponsor of this channel, but if they want to sponsor it, please go for it. All right, let's get into it. For my first best bet, I have RICO Dowdle over 50 plus rushing yards. I think that the Panthers are just going to force feed him the ball. I obviously think that they don't have much trust in Bryce Young. I don't think Dave Canales wants to put the ball in Bryce Young's hands. He had an atrocious game last week against the Buccaneers. It was absolutely atrocious to watch. Bryce Young is terrible. He's had some flashes. The Panthers did beat the Rams earlier this year in a shootout. Chuba Hubbard had a monster game. And they had a really good game defensively, too. They picked off Stafford, I think, 3 times. And, yeah, I just think that Dave Canales is going to want to run the ball down the Rams' throat. I do think that if it gets out of hand, obviously, if the Rams score a whole bunch of points, then they're going to have to put it in Bryce Young's hands to try to win a shootout. But I do think that early on, especially, they're going to force feed the ball to RICO Dowdle. I think the Rams could be had in the run defense. So I definitely see him getting, I would say, about 75 yards. That was my projection on it. I don't understand why it's only 50 plus at plus 110. So at plus 110, over 50 plus rushing yards for RICO Dowdle. That's my first bet of the week. The next game, Saturday night, Packers at Bears. So this one's tough. I had trouble finding my favorite bet for this game, but I always will give a best bet for a game. I think the overhits. It's supposed to be a snowstorm in Chicago. I do think that I think that the Bears can win a shootout. I don't think the Packers can win a shootout. I think the early on injury earlier this year for them with Tucker Kraft really hurt them. And Jordan Love hasn't really been the same since. He was firing on all cylinders, though, when they had Tucker Kraft. Christian Watson was out, obviously, earlier in the year. He's back. He's been awesome. But I do think that Chicago has a really great offense. Obviously, Ben Johnson's one of the best play callers and obviously head coaches in football now. I think Matt LaFleur could scheme up a couple of big plays against this to-be-had Chicago defense. So I think the over 44.5 hits, which is weird. Because it's a divisional game in the playoffs. The third time they're seeing each other. Last game was a little bit of an anomaly. Very low-scoring game. Went into overtime. Caleb Williams throws the touchdown to DJ Moore. Great game. But I think the over hits here. Jordan Love is going to play. Malik Willis isn't in there. It's different. I just think that it's going to be a shootout and snowstorm. It's going to be a fun game to watch. One of my favorite games of the weekend. So, yeah, over 44.5, minus 112. All right, next game up, we have the Bills and the Jags. This one is one of my favorite bets of the weekend. I'm going with the Bills' money line at minus 112. I think the Jags are fool's gold. I don't really think that they're a great team. I know that every stat will tell me otherwise, but I just don't believe in Trevor Lawrence at all. I don't. I think they have a great defense, but I don't believe in Trevor Lawrence. I think he shrinks in the big moments. And, yeah, I just see that I see it being Josh Allen's year in the AFC. I think they're coming out of the AFC. I think he's going to be Superman and just will the Bills to the playoffs. So I'm going Bills money line minus 112, and I think Josh Allen's the better quarterback. I think that's what it comes down to, and I think that and James Cook is awesome too. He's had a phenomenal year. So I just think that they can score a lot of points on this Jags defense, and I see them moving on. I definitely don't see the Jaguars winning this game. That's definitely my best bet, and I think it might be my favorite bet of the weekend, to be honest. Next game up, we have the 49ers and Eagles. This one's tough. I'm biased. Massive Niner fan. Love the Niners. I kind of had a tough time finding a bet for this game too because I don't really like anything in the market. The Niners are plus 5.5 point underdogs. I don't really love that. But I do think that Kyle Shanahan, this is going to be his toughest game coached yet, non-Super Bowl. They're just up against it injury-wise. Offensively and defensively. Trent Williams did practice yesterday, which is good for the Niners. We don't know if Ricky Pearsall's playing. God forbid he plays, You blow on that guy the wrong way. Whew, he's out for 8 weeks. Fucking soft guy, man. But my bet that I found I think will hit. I do think it's going to be a little bit of a shootout, though, and I know that's weird to say because the Niners are injured, and I think the Eagles are really good defensively, but I think that Kyle Shanahan's going to scheme up enough offense for this bet to hit. So my best bet for this game is 49er team points over 19.5 points, minus 110. I think it hits. I think Christian McCaffrey gets force-fed the ball, rushing and receiving. That was another one that I like, too. But again, I just don't. God forbid he gets injured, then my bet goes down. But I do see that the 49ers. I have the game. I think I said in my last video, but I'll go with a new score here. I think the Niners lose probably 28-23. So I just see the Niners hitting over 19.5 points at minus 110. I think it's pretty solid. Next game up, Chargers at the Patriots. I'm just going Chargers money line here. I don't believe in the Patriots. I know I'm in the same boat as a lot of people. The Patriots had literally the easiest schedule of all time statistically this year. I think they're fool's gold just like the Jaguars. I do think both seeds, number 1 and number 2 seed in the AFC, well, not number 2 and number 3 seed, sorry, are fool's gold. I don't believe in them. I don't. I think the Chargers are awesome defensively. Derwin James is going to put a lockdown on all the tight ends. I do think that Jesse Minter has enough juice in that defense to get to Drake May. I think he's going to be bewildered at home. I think Mike Vrabel is going to be outcoached by Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is one of the most underrated and best coaches I've ever seen. I love Jim Harbaugh, obviously biased as a Niner fan, but I think this is Justin Herbert's year. I think it's going to be him and Josh Allen in the AFC Championship game. I do think that the Bills go to the Super Bowl. Spoiler alert. But yeah, plus 160, Chargers money line. I think they can have success with Amari and Hampton running the ball. I do think, though, I think they're going to have a tough time passing on this New England secondary. They've been very efficient, New England secondary. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I kind of wanted to take a look at the under, but it just wasn't in where I was looking for. So I'm taking the Chargers to win anyway, so I might as well just take that plus money at plus 160. So yeah, Chargers money line plus 160. And then Monday night, we have the Steelers and Texans. This one I love. This one might be one of my, well, I would say Bills money line is my first favorite best bet, but my second best bet of the weekend is Aaron Rodgers over 220 passing yards at plus 126. I think that the Texans are going to absolutely swarm the Steelers running game. I don't think they're going to have success at all. And so I think that's going to force Aaron Rodgers to throw the ball. DK Metcalf is back. They're healthier now. They had that week off, which is going to be great for them. The extra day off, not the week, but that extra day off is going to loom big for them. It's been reported that Aaron Rodgers has been meeting with the offense 4 times a week. So I think schematically they're going to come up with a big game plan for him. I think he's going to go out on a shield. If he does lose, I think that he's going to have a monster game. So over 220 plus passing yards on DraftKings at plus 126. That's awesome. I'll take that all day. So yeah, those are my best bets for the weekend. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe to Nasty on Sports. You can follow me on Twitter /X, Nasty on Sports. I post there daily. I'll be doing daily videos. We're going to do a stream, me and my 2 sons, who you saw in the NFL wildcard prediction video, Connor and Alexander. We're going to be doing a stream. We're going to be going live hopefully at 4:15 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday for the 49ers and 49ers Eagle game. We're going to have a setup. It's going to be nice. So, yeah, look forward to seeing everybody there. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. Appreciate it. Next time.